Edison was an inventor, engineer, and entrepreneur from the United States of America. He developed many devices in various fields such as electricity generation, mass communication, recording and reproduction of sound and stimulating images. His inventions include the gramophone, video camera, and the first generation of electric lamps. It has made a huge impact on the modern world. He created the first industrial research foundation. Edison grew up in the American Midwest. Early on, he worked as a telegraph operator, which inspired his early inventions. In 1876, he established his first laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey, where many of his early inventions were developed. He later founded a botanical laboratory in Fort Myers, Florida, in collaboration with businessmen Henry Ford and Harvey Firestone. He also established a laboratory in West Orange, New Jersey, which houses the world's first filmmaking studio, Block Maria. It is interesting to know that 1093 patents have been registered for him in America and other countries of the world. If you have watched the video so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thomas Edison was born in 1847 in Milan, Ohio. But because of his family's migration to Port Erin, Michigan in 1854, he grew up there. He was the seventh and last child of Samuel Ogden Edison Jr. and Nancy Matthews Elliott. His paternal family was of Dutch origin. Edison was married twice and had 6 children. Edison learned reading, writing, and arithmetic from his mother, who was already a teacher. He only attended school for a few months. However, one childhood biographer described him as a very inquisitive child who learned most things by reading. He was fascinated by technology since childhood and spent hours doing experimental work at home. Edison was deaf at the age of 12. The cause of deafness was untreated due to scarlet fever in childhood and frequent middle ear infections. He constantly told lies about his deafness. Since you can barely hear the sound of the pot, he claimed to listen to a music player or piano by sticking his teeth into the wood to absorb the sound waves into his skull. In 1875, at the age of 28, he enrolled in a 4-year chemistry course at the Cooper Union for the advancement of science and art. In 1869, Edison, who had left the railroad administration, became the head of a large exchange firm in New York and patented his first successful invention, a printing telegraph. He gave the royalty of his invention to the exchange manager for $4,000, and with the money he set up a research station for himself. Edison thought for a long time to move his headquarters to a more open and bigger place. With the provision of sufficient capital, in 1876, in the area of Menlo Park, New Jersey, he established a well-equipped research laboratory and called a group of worthy people to cooperate. Edison did not invent the electric light bulb, but the light bulb was invented before him. In 1880, he proposed a bulb lamp using a charcoal-coated bamboo filament. On January 27, 1880, Edison sent a patent application for the electric light bulb to the United States Patent Office, but his application was rejected. The experts of the organization believed that the design and construction of Edison lamp was based on the work of William Sayer. Therefore, the sole privilege of inventing the high-resistance carbon-coated filament of the lamp's light-producing material went to Edison. On February 13, 1880, he discovered an important physical phenomenon that is now known as the Edison effect. A little later, Edison tried to obtain the patent for the electric light bulb in Britain, winning over his rival, Joseph Sauvin, who independently invented the coal-fired incandescent lamp. But after a fruitless legal battle, the two parties reached an agreement with each other and founded the Edison Company to enjoy the benefits of their invention in Britain. In 1892, this company became a part of the big General Electric company owned by Edison. Most of Edison's inventions were the result of complementing the ideas of others and the work of a large group of technicians and employees who researched and experimented under him. Lewis Latimer, Edison's African-American assistant who played an important role in the electric light project, is one of these people. If there are fewer names of people like him today, it is because Edison often did not share the honor and credit of his inventions with his colleagues. Nevertheless, it was not possible to achieve so much success without Edison's organization and especially his great effort. Nikola Tesla, the great inventor and one of Edison's colleagues, wrote about his method of solving problems. If Edison wanted to find a needle in a haystack, he would diligently remove the straw grain by grain until the needle finally appeared. I often saw with regret how much of his time and energy was spent on finding a minor formula or performing a small calculation. Edison himself said about this, "Innovation is 1% inspiration and 99% sweat and effort." Edison said that he does not believe in God, as it is presented in theology, and that what others call God, he calls nature, but he believes in a higher intelligence. Also, he called religions nonsense and illusions. In 1889, one of the employees of the Edison Company, William Kennedy Dixon, invented a type of film projection device, which 5 years later in 1894. It was exhibited in New York under the brand name kinetoscope. The kinetoscope was a device that anyone looking through the hole and turning a handle would see moving images. This device was originally designed as a complement to the gramophone and to boost its market, and its purpose was to increase the appeal of the gramophone to buyers by adding the possibility of watching moving pictures. On February 1, 1893, Edison completed the Black Maria Building, the first motion picture studio in West Orange, New Jersey. He tried to claim the invention of the motion picture camera as his own and obtained the exclusive right to use it, but on March 10, 1902, his claim was rejected by a United States Court of Appeals. In 1894, he researched the combination of film and sound, which led to the invention of the kinetophone. This device, which was an awkward combination of a kinetoscope and a cylindrical gramophone, was not well received by the people. On January 6, 1931, Edison submitted a patent application for his latest invention, a device for holding objects during electroplating, to the Patent Office, but before receiving a response, he died the same year at the age of 84 due to diabetes.